First, we have a tribute to Alex Trebek. And now for something happy. Here's Brooke.
Woo! Yes, thank you, tutors. Thank you for week after week since March. Yeah. Woo! Thank you for bringing joy and silly and goofy and starting off our show with more than just tooting sounds. True story, that's what I thought they were when they first told me they wanted to play for my open mic. I was like, oh, they're going to play fart noises. Okay, cool, sure, why not? It's comedy. There's so much more than that. We love them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm Brooke Barcel. I'm the host of the Backline Comedy Open Mic.
Woo!
Yeah, we've got 38, I think, 38 some comedians tonight. They're all excited. They're all ready to go. They got their funnies like kind of up to their knees and then up to their bellies and then up to their hearts. And then poof, it's going to come out of your screen into your world, hopefully infect you with a little bit of joy. We need it right now. Life is hard. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. I don't know if y'all are doing okay. I think y'all look good. Y'all look good. I'm on a Zoom, so I can see everyone in the Zoom. If you're not in the Zoom, you might not look good. I'm not sure. Just being honest. I don't want to lie, you know. But in the Zoom room, these people, they're looking fine. They're looking good. Y'all are in for treats. We have people from everywhere. Would you please randomly share with our audience where you all are from?
Maine,
California,
Wisconsin,
Boston,
Concord, New Hampshire,
Chicago. What I wrote down.
Chicago.
I think you got all that. If not, I'll sort of tell you again when I introduce them. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. We've been doing this every Tuesday pretty much since middle of March. It's been getting awesome. I tell you what. We have a lightning round at the very, very end. So if you stick all the way through, everyone will do like one more minute. And it's really fun. It's really, really fun. I like it a lot. I'm going to tell like one joke. Just one. I think that'll be enough. The other day I was super, super, super deep in a thought. Yeah. And she was like, Cool. All right, on deck, we've got Stephen Douglas, our first comedian. He's from Bangor, Maine. He's getting better and better looking every day. Just wait till you see him next year. He wants me to promote Advanced Stupid. Advanced Stupid, it's a quasi-educational podcast. Actually sounds pretty
I'm not in the most comfortable situation. I'm a 30-year-old who still lives with his parents. I'm a socialist commie who lives with mommy, and it's a hostile situation. Yeah, my dad yelled at me. It made me feel like I was a child who did something wrong because I voted for this guy. So I guess I'll just rant about that while I still can. Has a Trump ever dropped just because you don't like him on ya? And now they're stunned that somebody who didn't even have a rally during a pandemic somehow won the election? Yeah, nobody likes Joe, we still voted for him. Maybe you should apply that just because you don't like him or her to the bossy pantsuit lady or the black guy. He encouraged me to move out of his house the first chance I get. I'm like, yeah, why don't you go to Florida, boomers? I thought that would last longer. They say to cope with jet lag, you should curl your toes. It works, but it was really painful walking around Knott's Berry Farm like that. Everyone hates roundabouts, but it's better than playing rock, paper, scissors at a four-way stop. I thought Thirst Trap was a $9 beer at a Red Sox game. Muscles live their whole life in the intertidal zone because they don't swim, and they got their muscles because in swimming's cardio. It's better to make yourself a fluffer nutter than be a fluffer and make them nut. They have names for beef sticks all around the world. I need to see Natalie. Oh, that's my time.
Oh, now we'll never know. Please put your hands together one more time for AJ. You're getting there. You're getting there. We are being a tough shell to crack, but some of those are funny. Keep at it. Keep at it. We'll see you next week. On deck is Trish Sullivan. Our next comedian is also from Bangor, Maine. Both of them have been coming like week after week after week. It's pretty nice. Please put your hands together for love, laughter, and happiness, and specifically, Stephen Douglas.
Woo. Hey, how y'all doing tonight? So good to be here. The last couple of weeks or so I've been here, I really enjoy the talent that's been on here. It's been really good. So I've noticed recently that a lot of people have been coming up with these crazy acronyms for different things. So I thought I'd give it a try, but I'm going to have to change the meaning of my acronyms so it fits the person. So I picked husband and wives to make an acronym for. So ladies, you would be the husbands. And the reason for this is I made the acronym for husband, and it would be hounding us so bad and nagging daily. Because ladies, honestly, a lot of you do, whether it be small things or large, take out the garbage, walk the dog, clean the gutters, rake the leaves, take me somewhere, and now I'm not saying y'all like that, but a lot of you are. Fellas, as crazy as this sounds, us being called wives, very simple, okay? And why we would be called wives is because why I forget everything. Wife, right? Because you go to work, you got your boss nagging on you all day long, filling your head full of crap, and then you come home and you got your wife nagging on you. And ladies, we just want to go home after work and sit down, have a beer, watch a little football, and then we can listen to our husbands, tell us what to do. So that's my little take on acronyms and how I would change them up. So husband wife take. So speaking of wives, I really love my wife. A little while ago, she said to me, she goes, honey, you don't really do a whole lot for me romantically anymore. I said, well, I'll work on that. So last Friday, I went out and I bought her a dozen roses. I brought her home some roses. I said, honey, I bought you some roses. She said, well, I guess I'm going to have to lay on my back all weekend with my legs in the air. I said, no, sweetheart, I bought you a vase. I'll put them in there where they normally go. My wife, She said to me the other day, she goes, I want a new experience. I want to try something different. I said, great. So I gave her a broom and I took her up to the garage and I told her to sweep up. Well, my wife is short tempered. I found out real quick. You show a little lady a broom, she'll put a hurting on a fella real quick. Well, that's my time. I appreciate y'all listening. I hope to see you next week. Thank you very much.
Woo!
Okay, some of those jokes we just need like a smidge more context. But ouch. Thank you, Stephen. We love watching you and the bird and to see how the bird's doing and if the bird's here or there. So very cool. You're in for a treat tonight. There's a lot of funny people on the list. All right, Newman's on deck. Our next comedian, funny as fuck. Please put your hands together for Trish Sullivan.
Ooh, hi. So I don't do a lot of political humor, but I am going to do a little bit. I feel like I've been hallucinating lately. I keep seeing this, and I think the stress has gotten to me, and I'm seeing things because I keep seeing the same news item over and over again that the Trump campaign had a press conference in front of a fucking landscape company on Saturday, and it cannot possibly be true that the people who are running the country right now don't know the difference between a luxury hotel and a fucking parking lot in front of next to, just can't. I also have some general advice to offer everybody in the country. I have left a narcissist in the past, and we're going to go through a few phases. The first phase we're already in, threats, how dare you, I'm in charge, I'm never leaving, you are stuck with me forever. And then it's going to go to, I never wanted to be president anyway. I've never loved the United States. You're a whore. The United States is a whore. And then we'll be back to threats. And then that'll go away. And then it will be stalking. You know, when the U.S. goes to the G8 summit again, he's gonna just be like in a golf cart driving around the perimeter of the wherever the fuck they have those things, and then we're gonna see him standing across from the White House on Pennsylvania Avenue, just kind of watching binoculars, checking things out. I'm telling you, this is how it's gonna go. Yeah, I need to work on that, but that's the start. Last night I was on an open mic and I saw a guy tell a joke about his girlfriend breaking up with him in the hospital because and it was terrible, but you know, he had broken her jaw. So it was really funny. So I'm going to tell my domestic violence joke because it's actually real. So I was married for a really long time. I left my husband, felt like we were married forever. Our marriage started the way most people's marriages start, with promises to love each other for the rest of our lives. But it ended with an order of protection, me buying a handgun. We spent our first anniversary with him yelling at me for several hours about, I don't really remember what. Sure, it was partly my fault. Nobody's blameless in a marriage, right? Everybody knows that. I mean, I know he hated that I used to leave the cap off the toothpaste. And I hated that he was fucking two of my friends. So anyhow, that's how you tell a domestic violence joke. And that's my time. Bye.
Woo. Woo. That's how you tell a domestic violence joke, she says. And then she sips her tea. She's come a long ways. Trisha's come a long ways, everyone. Woo, 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 woo. She has a showcase coming up November 20th. Is it hot in here? It's hilarious. Don't look at my face. That's funny, too. On deck now is Kurt Seablom, our next comedian. He's from Santa Clara. Please put your hands together for Newman. Woo, woo, woo.
What's up, guys? So I was watching this Morgan Spurlock documentary recently, you know, the one where he eats McDonald's for a month. And I'll be honest, like, did we really need a guy to eat McDonald's for a month to realize it was bad for us? Like, you want to know how else you can know, like, McDonald's is bad for you? By, like, walking inside of a McDonald's, right? Like, there's no documentary about a guy, like, drunk driving for a month to see how dangerous it is. Like, we all know that it's dangerous. Also, let's be honest, like, people who eat McDonald's every day aren't exactly concerned about their love handles. Like they're the same people who think like Happy Meals are better than sex, otherwise known as like McDonald's target demographic, right? Um, I think social media is like really ruining me as a person. Like, a couple of weeks ago, I was hanging out with a friend, and I was talking about how like listening to Death Grips almost gave me like a heart attack. And my friend was like, "Don't joke about that. Like, my grandma died of a heart attack like last week." And I was like, "Dude, you should have posted that on Instagram or something. That way, I would have known that your grandma died, and you would have gotten like a ton of likes." And he was like, "Do you just tell me to use my dead grandma for Instagram likes?" And I was like, "Look, I'm just saying that if you thought your avocado toast was worth an Instagram post, your grandma could have at least had a tweet, you know what I mean?" As you can tell by that story, I'm a pretty lonely person. Like, I'm so lonely that when I get texts that aren't meant for me, I still like reply to them. Like, a couple days ago, when my friends texted me a picture of him party with a bunch of people, and he was like, "Remember these good times?" And look, I didn't know this party was happening. I wasn't even invited to it, but I still texted back. I was like, "Yeah, this was great." And he got suspicious, so he texted back. He was like, "It's like you weren't at this party. Like you weren't even. You're not even in the picture." And I texted back like, "Actually, I'm the one who took this picture." He fell for it, you know. So here's what I've been doing lately. So I've been taking like stock photos of like strangers on Instagram on the internet doing cool stuff and like posting it on my Instagram to seem like way more popular than I am. And you know, like some people get suspicious. Sometimes they'll like message me. They're like, "How come you never like how come you're never in your Instagram posts?" But here's like the great thing about being ugly. Like nobody questions you when you say that you're camera shy. So like I've been getting away with it like a lot, you know? And I guess that's my time. So I guess I'll end it there.
Woo.
That's an interesting premise, and I like how you're going at it. Very fun. Okay, on deck now is Bill Douglas, our next comedian. He's from California. He says the end of the world set list. To look at the end of the world set list. I'm not sure if it's a podcast or a show, but check it out. Please put your hands together right now for Kurt Seablom.
Woo.
Hey guys, yeah, the End of the World set list is an improv mic. Been running since March. Yeah, hop on in sometime. Anyway, what I love doing is something I really love is cooking. I started cooking when I was 10. Made peaches flambe. It's peaches with ice cream and peach schnapps. It's supposed to light on fire. That's the flambe part. I made it when I was 10. I used canned peaches. My mother didn't get the best schnapps. It didn't catch on fire. Basically, it was just me and my younger brother. Me and my brothers just drinking melted ice cream and schnapps. It really enlightened us to cooking. And 6 months later, I made some chicken cordon bleu. That did light on fire. But I wasn't deterred. I really do. I still love cooking very, very much. We had to cook though when we were little because my mother was an emergency room nurse in Boston City Hospital for night shift. So she was either asleep or at work all the time. So anyway, we had to either eat raw ingredients or we had to learn how to cook. So, learned how to cook. But some of that raw stuff, like raw rice, is not that bad. It really isn't. It's not good for birds, but it's good for young growing boys. But the macaroni and cheese, like the macaroni uncooked, I mean, that cuts your gums. That's pretty harsh. But the cheese packet is even worse because it's so dry. You dump that down your throat, you start coughing up big clouds of orange. It's like you're crop dusting, but it's part of the box. So in it went. Anyway, something else my brothers used to do when we were kids was we'd watch a movie and then we'd go outside and play games related to it, right? Like we'd watch Godzilla and we'd go outside and set up little army guys all over the place and just start stomping around like, you're going to have longer than expected wait times in the VA clinic. We were monsters, but we were pragmatic, Anyway, back to the cooking though. My ex-wife was a terrible cook. One night I came home from work and what looked like fettuccine alfredo with scallops on the table, and I took a bite and I was like, "Oh my God, that it tastes like hot mayo." And she's like, "Oh, it's because I used hot mayo." Like, why did you use hot mayo? It's like, well, that's what the recipe looked like. The recipe looked like you went on a recipe based on the looks from the picture. It's crazy, you know. Now, let me try some of those fudge brownies that taste funny, that smell funny. Anyways, I'm Kurt. That's all my time. Take care, guys.
Ooh.
Kirsty Blom. I'm definitely gonna check out that mic. I can't believe I haven't yet. That's crazy. Sounds like a lot of fun. End of the world set list and anything that Kurt Seablom does. Cool. On deck now is Adam Wax, our next comedian. He's from Concord, New Hampshire, but pretty much my grandpa Bill. Please put your hands together for Bill Douglas.
Thank you, Brooke. Thank you very much. You know, I am a 56-year-old balding middle school science teacher, and at my age, I'm dealing with a declining sex drive. Just wish it wasn't my wife's. Yeah, that's crazy. I keep seeing ads telling me that I need identity theft protection. What criminal looks at me and says, I want his identity? Yeah, this old married guy with bad hair and a nasal twang. You know? I bet he thinks, oh God, you know, on his teacher salary, I can probably snag a tank of gas and a Big Mac before I'm done leaving his big life. Jeez, you know, the best identity protection is not LifeLock, it's poverty. Well, due to rising tensions in Washington, D.C., lawmakers are replacing elevators with de-escalators. You know, I hated reading fairy tales to my son when he was little. They need to be rewritten to match modern society. Goldilocks tasted the porridge in the first bowl. This porridge is too hot. Then she tasted the second bowl. This porridge has too much sodium. And she tasted the third bowl. This porridge is low fat, gluten free, just right. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill applied a cold compress, and all the king's horses and all the king's men rushed Jack to the nearest clinic, where they found a single room overlooking green space, and everybody got a participation trophy. So I needed some moles checked out. My dermatologist sent me to a plastic surgeon. It was weird. Her office was filled with Picasso paintings on the walls, you know? What plastic surgeon would put up pictures of distorted faces? You know, that'd be like a sleep clinic having pictures of sheep over fences. Wait, that might work. You know, Ray and any number under. Why anybody want to write my autobiography? My autobiography. Yeah, the thing I like about that joke is usually I have time to go to the bathroom after I tell a punchline the first time. Thanks a lot. Have a good night, everybody.
Okay, one more round of applause for Bill Douglas. Okay, on deck is Elvin, unless Amethyst shows up. Otherwise, our next comedian, if I have notes, it's way over here. No, I don't know. Okay, cool. That's all I needed to know. Our next comedian, he's from Washington, D.C. Please put your hands together for Adam Wax.
What's up, man? Yeah. So I look like if the owner of a failed falafel food truck. But like I might be on a no-fly list. Yeah. I don't know. I always think it's interesting, like meeting people from other countries, and like it kind of gives you perspective of like, America and our culture. Like recently, like I met this like French couple through a cuckold website, and like it was like, they're telling me about this trip they're doing through North America, like 3-month trip through North America. And I'm like, wow, like I would love to be able to do that, someday, between jobs or something. And they're like, well, our jobs are waiting for us back in France.
Mhm.
And I'm like, pardon? Is France hiring new citizens? I might be in the market for a new position. It was like 3-month paid vacation in the US. Like that just doesn't happen. We just refer to that as like, administrative leave for a killer cop. Yeah. I mean, I feel like, we just don't we don't get PTO, in America. Like, and like, it's, it kind of, I feel like it kind of creates the, leads to a lot of violence that we see in the US. It's like if you're chilling on the beach, like you're not shooting anyone up, like just chilling there, like, with a pina colada and Jimmy Buffett, like, problem solved. Like there's no Jimmy Buffett fan that's ever done a mass shooting. That's really what I'm trying to say, but apparently that's not working. Okay. All right. Yeah. I been doing a bit of job hunting. Anyone else? Or is this more of a job foraging crowd? I even like talked to like a career coach, and they're like, what's your ideal job? And I'm like, trust fund recipient. But yeah, I don't know. I do the like writing those resumes and cover letters. I mean, I love writing fiction. All right, guys, I'm Adam Lax. Thanks a lot.
Adam Wax, everybody! Yay! We got on all sorts of fun little topics here going in the chat. Feel free to chat in the live stream too. People like to be in on stuff, real exciting stuff like that. Now we've got Amethyst. If Amethyst is here, no. Okay, all right. On deck is Sarah. Sarah Snyder's on deck. Our next comedian, he's got, doesn't say anything special. He's from Stockton. And he's really funny. I think y'all will enjoy him. If you don't know him already, you'll like him. Please put your hands together for Elvin Molikney.
McGlinty, yeah. Woo. Thank you, Brooke. Glad to be here. Yeah, this is a great moment, guys. Great moment. New elected President Joe Biden. Oh my God, this is awesome. You know what's also great? Prop 69 just passed. So
yeah,
even better.
9.
Yep. You know what? I did a live show this past weekend. But live comedies, like at this point, is few far in between. Yeah, because we're not on speaking terms at the moment. We're on a bit of a breakup. Yeah, because of this COVID thing. But Zoom is the new thing now. Yeah, it's the latest wave. Yep. But I found my new side piece, guys. Zoom comedy. Yes. I mean, yeah, she has some really nice features. I mean, let me tell you. The one feature I do like is the mute feature. But you know what? Even better. Like Zoom, she's pretty kinky. I mean, depending the time we hook up, depending on the show, once we're inside the Zoom show, She likes for other people to watch us to do our thing. Yeah, kinky. I say kinky. You know what? I'm blind and Filipino. That's why I look Korean. Yes. Yeah. You know what? Let me look at my notes here real quick. Yeah, I know, right? My bad. It's real professional, right? Real professional. We got coronavirus, election. No. Oh, okay, masturbation. Yeah, let's go with that. I love masturbating, man. That's one of my favorite pastimes. But I don't know if you guys know, there's this theory out there, this running theory that if you masturbate, you go blind. Yes, yes. Yeah. 45 seconds. Okay, cool. Yeah, you go blind. So either you guys all suck at it, or I'm really, really good at it. You know, I'm just killing it in this scene. You know, I should get like a statue or maybe a trophy. You know, maybe like a medal of honor, like a Purple Heart. Or maybe a purple hand, you know, because yeah, I'm masturbating so much that my hands is purple. Oh my goodness. Anyway, that's my time, y'all. I'm gonna give my time back to the room. Thank you, Brooke. Backline comedy. Thank you.
Woo! Yes, thank you for being alive. I'm so glad that you are in my virtual world. Really, really cool. All of y'all, though, this is so cool. I think there's like 3 of you that I've maybe met in actual real life. So this is badass because we meet every week and I get to hear you and how funny you all are. Hooray. That's true. Trish has my nut bag. She does. She has it at her house. Seth is on deck. Right now from Chicago on Twitter and Instagram says Snyder with an A. Right now, please put your hands together for Sarah Snyder. Woo!
Hi. Elvin was gracious enough to tell us about when he masturbates. Every time someone talks about it, I vividly imagine what it looks like for them. I get like the clearest picture in my head. Like, let's imagine what this looks like.
It's a blackout.
It's a blackout? You black out when you masturbate?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think they did with Clifford the Big Red Dog's piss and shit? There's no way, man. If that dog was real, they'd put that dog down so fast. They're like, I don't care how nice that Godzilla is. It's too big. It's fucking unmanageable and reckless. Yeah, I went to Columbia College Chicago for comedy, writing, and performance. So this has to work out. It costed me and my parents $40,000 for 2 years. Which I'm still paying $11,000 of, and my parents are still paying the rest. And I recently stopped talking to them, so I'm like a really good daughter. Art school was really, really easy though. Really easy. One of my final papers was about how Clint Eastwood is the same character in every movie. He's just like obsessed with getting revenge with a shotgun. Like I wonder what it would have been like if at some point someone suggested to him like, hey Clint, why don't you like take it easy and like do like a comedy or something? And this is how I think he would have reacted. I'll give you something to laugh about. And then I included the little giggle in there too, because I don't know if you guys hear, he also giggles after killing people. That would be awesome. Yeah, I am super not interested in hanging out with anyone who hasn't unpacked their trauma yet.
3 minutes.
Like, okay, I'll tell you guys about it next time.
Please
Thanks.
put your hands together one more time for Sarah. And I apologize to you. Like, we didn't want to stop listening. So it's the rules' fault, and I have to enforce the rules.
No worries.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun. All right. She's from Chicago. Check her out. Says Snyda. Snyda. All right. So this next guy, and I'm gonna say KJ's on deck and Nick is in the hole. Yeah, that's fun. I haven't said that in a while. He's from Chicago, now living in Madison. It's kind of how he wanted me to say it. Close enough. Please put your hands together for Seth Rabin.
Woo woo.
Before we get started, I am required by law to let you guys know that I am in fact a registered autistic Jew. I'm quite the mix. I'm like Carol Baskins and husbands. It might lead to something interesting. Growing up, I had ADD. I couldn't keep up with my homework. I was always falling behind in class, behind my classmates. And I'm not gonna lie, I think it's something that I deal with even today. Like, I'm just now starting to do things that people did 20 years ago. Like, I just started watching Dawson's Creek. I now have about 200 Pokemon cards. And just this week alone, I started slitting my wrists when I found out Ginger Spice left the Spice Girls. Yep. Hooked on Phonics has really been helping me with my suicide note. So we've had a lot of celebrity deaths this year. And I know, and by the way, that was a great tribute to Alex Trebek to start the show. I'm still trying to getting over Sean Connery's death. Mainly because here's why I will never be as cool as Sean Connery. When he was 14 years old, he lost his virginity to a female member of the British Army. When I was around that age, I cried for a week at sleepaway camp because someone in my cabin lost $20. So Sean Connery solidified himself as a legend. I solidified myself as a Jew. When you have to worry about someone else's money. Growing up, I never got to know my grandparents. They passed away before I was born. And I always envy people that still have grandparents, and they still hang out with them, particularly those that fought in the war, like in the 60s, because you get to go to their house and you always get to hear their war stories and how they got their scars. You ask them questions like, Grandpa, why do you wear an eye patch? Or why do you walk with a limp? Or why do you have so much Vietnamese porn on your computer? And stop sending me links. All right, and then I'll leave on this. Being that tomorrow's Veterans Day, I got a question to ask. How many veterans of Iraq and Afghanistan do we have in the Zoom chat tonight? Okay. How many veterans of Call of Duty, Gears of War, Metal Gear Solid, or Fallout do we have in that room tonight? If I could drive you all to Golden Corral tomorrow, I would. Awesome. You have a good night.
Woo! That's Raven, everyone. Wow. Woo! Back to back to back. Funny, funny, funny. Oh, wow. It's not going to stop. It's not. There's more. There's more of them, and they're all funny. Ira, I think that you're on deck. Yay! The next comedian, I know, right? Oh, I just got goosebumps. Our next comedian, she's from Chicago. She's got a record. I'm sorry, a record, an album. An album, is that what the kids call them these days? It's on Spotify called The Haggard Unicorn. Please listen to it if you haven't already. Right now, please put your hands together for KJ Whitehead. Woo!
Hello everyone. And I know I'm not here as often, but no, I'm here. I gotta say, it's on 8-track. Last I heard, I'm gonna ignore that. I gotta say, I've never been more thrilled to see a white man get an eviction notice before. Oh, I have been, it's been riveting. I will tell you that. Well, look, me and him both lost our jobs. We both have been kicked out of our houses before, yet people are going to still tell me to get a job. But that's neither here nor there, I suppose. It's really interesting to see that all the men who were hoping for a red wave this November can't even stand to be at home when their wives are having a red wave themselves. I don't get what is with men like that. Speaking of waves, I will say this. In Chicago, there has been a heat wave this past week. It's been like 70 to 75 degrees this past week. Some of you are in Chicago, you know that. But it's getting colder as we speak. It's going to get even colder this week, and winter's coming up. February is our worst month when it comes to winter. Once it was 50 below, that's not an exaggeration either. It gets fucking cold here. And what happens is that you're walking by a building that's blocking the wind that's gonna sneak up on you. You're walking by that building, you turn the corner, the wind comes, calls you a bitch ass nigga, and then keeps going. That's how harsh the winds are here. That's how bad it is. And of course it happens in February. It has to. If it happened any other month, that month would get canceled. You know, except for Pride Month. Apparently, it's because they're gay, so it's fine. Some of you wondering what's going on with. Well, just as a few days ago, or weeks ago, just a few days ago, I found out that another friend and / partner of mine was found dead in their home. And this has been a tough year because 2 to 3 of my friends have already died and they were still so young. And as someone growing up, I remember I wanted to fit in so much, but this is the one time I'm glad I'm left out of the friend group. With that said, have a great night. Fuck Donald Trump, burn everything. Good night.
Woo! Yay!
Queen KJ Whitehead.
Woo!
I was just thinking how we're all like the funny people, we're all the entertainers, and we're just kind of like sharpening each other because iron sharpens iron. And those people out there, they need us. So I'm glad that we're here doing this. There's a lot of funny people in this room. I don't know if you're aware of it, but like for real, funny people in this room. Share your Instagrams and socials and stuff with each other in the chat. Put it in the live stream. The world just needs to laugh a lot, and you're all the best. Y'all are so good. You're all funny. Okay, on deck now, Tatiana Morales, and right now our next comedian from Blue, Georgia. Oh, is that because Georgia voted blue? Oh, Georgia. I'm from Nebraska. We did not, but please put your hands together right now for Ira Claiborne. Woo, woo, woo.
Hello everyone. My name is Ira Claiborne. A little bit about me. That's my real name. That's not my boyfriend name because I'm gay. And it's also, a very strange name for someone who looks like me. I asked my mother why. And she said, "Oh, I named you after a gay Jewish man." You got 1 out of 3 right. You already know which because I did that with the previous joke. So a little bit more about me. Let's just dive right in. I started No Shave November. I did it this year, I started it like 6 months early. It's like a pregame for it. So I already got a head start on y'all bitch asses. And I tell you, I win. I'll tell you right now, my auntie lasered my under armpits for like 2 years and I could still outgrow some of you gentlemen in the room. I don't mean to emasculate you, okay? It's just that everybody has hair, okay? Everybody has hair. So I just want you to marinate on that. And, I have on tights, so it's really kind of a lot for me to do this right now. But I just wow. Yeah. Okay, gentlemen, you don't have that full growth. It's cool. You know, it really eliminates a large portion of the population for, sexy time because people are like, oh, that's nasty. Again, we all have it, so I just want to point that out again. Uncomfortable, sit in that. Sit in that discomfort. I'm going to give y'all 10 seconds. I'll reset. So I'm going to keep going, though, actually. My vagina is kind of like an old-timey restaurant. Like, there's no menu. There's no online ordering. You don't know what's cooking there, okay? Like, you can get a plate, but, like, you best eat what you're served type shit. The hours aren't on the website anywhere. You kind of have to, like, we don't answer the phone, so you got to roll by, like, see if see what's popping, like, bang on the door a little bit. You cooking? Who's in there? Like, we could do that shit. My final thing is I want to be a part of the new administration because I think we can get us on track for COVID. 3 proposals. Number 1, all Bluetooth on your phone. DJ Khaled introduces whenever COVID's nearby. Another one. Number 2, if you don't like that one, we can hear Cardi B. So it'll just be like a coronavirus. Okay, that would be your second option. Or if you don't like those, the traditional Beyonce, you can have, if you like it, then you should have put a mask on it. And then you'll know someone around has been dangerous. Doesn't matter. Ira Claiborne. Bye.
Woo. I wish like someone could go back and make clips of all the different ways you've used that hype button. Like over the last 6 months, it's all. On deck is Eduardo. Eduardo Soto is on deck. Our next comedian from Tampa, Florida. First time here at the Backline open mic. Please put your hands together for Tatiana Morales.
Woo! Sorry, you can't find.
Are we here? Are we here? No? Oh man, I was looking forward to that. If you're watching on the live stream, Tatiana, come to the Zoom, check your email. Okay, Eduardo, you are now, but Camilo is on deck. So from Chicago, very, very funny. Please put your hands together for Eduardo Soto.
I don't see Eduardo either, sorry.
Really, you do this to me again? Okay, let's see. I do good under pressure. I do. Like, I thrive. So do it again. I'm just kidding. The next person's here, but their camera is not on. Oh, this is fun. All right, Cody. Okay, Cody's on deck. Our next comedian. He's hilarious. He's from Canada. He's from Newmarket, Canada. Yeah. Please put your hands together for Camilo.
Okay, hey everybody. My name is Camilo. Very happy to be here. So you guys had an interesting week, so to speak, last week. For sure. In Canada, it's all different here, but Biden wins. I'm very happy to hear that. You should probably start voting for your next president, though. I hear counting the ballots may take up to 4 years. Hey, I bet I could count to 10 faster than you. That's a bet I could win against any American now. Yeah, I feel entitled as a Canadian to rub it in your faces, but it's all right. Okay, I got a couple of random stuff that isn't political too, so we'll just go into that. I saw there was a sign for a lost cat in my neighborhood. I like how they promise rewards for finding the cat, like 250 if you find the cat and call this number. I'll call the number, but I won't find the cat. How about that? Beep, beep. Sir, hi, yeah, I'm just letting you know, wait for it. I couldn't find your cat today. Wait, what? No, still not here. No, I saw the sign and then I got confused with the cat. Wait. Before you block this number, you're right, I'm sorry, this was inappropriate. I'll keep looking for your cat and I'll keep you updated with everything. Damn it. Anyways, on the sign, they also They just say find the cat, but how do you know it's alive? I mean, it's entirely possible. What if I come across the body? I don't know if I can cash him in without getting a death threat. Like, sir, hi. Yeah, it's me again. I got your cat here. Well, what's left of him? Yeah, I'm sorry. I was backing out, and they're not really tire proof. Anyways, what can we do about those 250? Whoa! Stay right there. I'm calling the cops. Why? Is my life in danger? All right. There's that. Yeah, another 30 seconds. So, with all these like anti-mask protests going around, makes me think like, what other shit should we be protesting about? Anti-masks? What about anti-ski masks? I never heard anybody complain about Halloween costumes or wedding veils. Those cover your face too. I mean, you gotta stay consistent. Do you believe in science or you don't? We got any anti-barbecue people? Yeah. You ever like, I want to barbecue inside my house. I just don't believe we're gonna get any carbon monoxide poisoning. It's a lie. The government is just trying to control about.
I know.
Oh, all right.
Thank you. Please put your hands together for Camilo. Woo! So jealous that we are not from Canada. I'm doing my best. We're all doing our best. It's fine. Well, it's fine. Everything's fine. There's no coconut oil spots on my paper. That's not real. Okay. On deck is Joe. Joe Gorman is on deck. I feel like we're lucky to have him here. He's just funny as fuck. All y'all are, but he hasn't. I don't think he's been here before, like in this. So, anywho, right now from Portland, Oregon, he has a new open mic. I saw it. He posted it on Displaced Comedians. It's Until Cody Gets a Job, unemployment mic. Please put your hands together right now for Cody Webb.
Woo! Woo! Yeah, so I am hosting a new open mic. It's the unemployment mic. It is the only mic that exists until the host gets a job. It is Wednesdays at 1 p.m. So that way I can ensure other unemployed people are also there. 1 p.m. Pacific, but still 4 p.m. Eastern time. So unless you're in Europe, probably unemployed. Anyway, so I have this joke that's one of my favorite jokes I've ever written, but I don't tell it very often because I don't think most audiences are smart enough to get it. But I've been to this mic for like 6 months. I think you guys can handle it. What do you think? Can you handle it?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's see. So I was the captain of the chess team back in high school. And as you might be able to tell by that statement, I've never had a black girlfriend. But there is one thing that I do know. If a black woman is ever interested in me, I will have to make the first move. Now, if you don't get that joke, you do need to know that in chess, the person with the white pieces goes first. Yeah, okay. Now you're starting to see why that's a well-written joke, and also why I can never tell it by itself. It would require me to have an audience that knows the rules of chess, and that's not gonna happen. The intersection of people who know the rules of chess and people who go to Zoom comedy open mics, that's two circles in a Venn diagram that intersect at a single point, and that one point is me. The only time that I'm going to get an audience, the only way that's going to happen, I'm going to be able to tell it by itself, is if quarantine breaks our collective mind so much that chess somehow becomes the #1 sport in America. So yeah, speaking of anti-mask stuff, my favorite excuse they've had was, if God wanted us to have masks, we would have been born with masks. It makes me wish they would apply that logic to everything else in life. Like, if God wanted us to hunt deer, we would have been born with rifle arms. If God wanted us to drive on the highways, we would have been born with wheels for feet. And if God didn't want us to commit sodomy, we wouldn't have been born with mouths and buttholes. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Let's end it on a low note. Sounds good to me. All right. Bye. Good. Thank you.
Okay. I actually watched, the Queen's Gambit, which was about chess, and like a whole season, and like they played chess the whole time. I still didn't understand that joke until you explained it. So that's fun. All right. On deck is Tyler Walsh. Tyler's from Omaha, Nebraska. Our next comedian from New York, he was just on Contagious. He talked about Halloween for the whole set. You should go back and watch it if you're into stuff like that. All right, everybody, please put your hands together for Joe Gorman.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh, I watched the Queen's Gambit too. I got all pumped. I thought I was like, maybe I'm a chess prodigy too. And I went online and I tried to play some online chess. I lost immediately. And then I got bullied by chess players. Like, I can't win. They were like, you thou sucketh. It's like they're all like proper and stuff. Oh, it was humiliating, dude. I just can't always just catching an L. My whole life is just not being good at games other people excel at. Well, whatever, man. It's cool to be here. Yeah, I'm like Brooke said, I'm in New York City. Very exciting. I was in Times Square when they announced Joe Biden won the presidency. It was incredible. Like, they announced Joe Biden was president and that we beat COVID-19, because once we announced Joe Biden, man, we all took off our masks and threw them up into the air like graduation caps in college. It was fucking awesome, man. A big, strong sailor dipped me and kissed me passionately on the mouth. Like, that's just what happens. And anything happens in New York City, man. The city that never sleeps, more like the city that's constantly horny. Yikes. Man, especially during this quarantine, dude. That's what's going on. Like, everyone was just pumped to be out of the house. You know, that's what it really came down to. God knows, I mean, like, I spend all my time in this cool apartment. Yeah, I got chili pepper lights, but that will only keep me warm for so long. And like, the whole point of chili pepper lights is to share it with somebody else. So you can only imagine the scenario, you know. So, but like, you know, it's kind of cool because I originally moved to New York to do stand-up comedy, and then this epidemic hit, and now I'm just yelling into a Zoom camera all the time during the day, which is a lot of fun. Sometimes my roommate is like walking by the hall. It's like, what's Joe doing? Why is he yelling so passionately in the afternoon in his underwear? I don't know if you guys are doing it. I've just been living that Winnie the Pooh lifestyle for Zoom meetings, where I just wear a t-shirt and then whatever, man. It's a free country otherwise, you know. Sometimes I'll do like a Zoom meeting at work and I'm like, this is boring. I don't want to be in a Zoom meeting. I want to get high, you know. So I'll pull up the webcam, I'll hit the bong, but I'll forget to mute the microphone. Why does a bong sound so much like a bong? Like, everybody knows what's going on. You know, they hear the sparking of the lighter. It's like the most unique sound on the face of the earth. Like, yo, Elon Musk, you can put a man in space. How about you create a bong that sounds like a car engine revving? How about that, huh? I'd pay good money for that, and I think we'd all appreciate it. My name is Joe Gorman. That has been my time. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it.
Joe Gorman, if he's not your friend, make him your friend. He has an open mic on Fridays. And then, I don't know, when we all get rich, we'll just book each other all over the place. It'll be fun. Woo. Yeah. We'll see each other all the time. Very cool. On deck now is Casey. Casey, you're on deck. Our next comedian, like I said, he's from Omaha. He's actually, I think, going to Lincoln to do a mic there, and so we get him a little bit on the road. Please put your hands together for Tyler Walsh.
Woo!
No, the other Tyler, not that one. The other Tyler. I'll get him.
I mean, I could be ready now.
That
one. I could be, but.
Oh, street time.
No, that's Matthew. That's Brooke. We had Tyler. Who's doing that? I got it.
Here he is.
There we go.
Am I good?
Yeah, let's start a fresh clock. Thank you.
Okay, hi guys, I'm Tyler. I'm standing in a Walmart parking lot. I'm leaned up on a stranger's truck that has nuts. So I'm just doing this. I'm gonna go with it. I'm trying to learn how to live in Omaha during a pandemic. I live in the city. I'm from rural Iowa originally. I haven't dated since I've been here because I'm used to girls that use a Slim Jim wrapper as a bookmark. Like I'm out of place in Omaha. I don't know how to work. I'm really into girls with I'm really into girls with an ear for when a bag of microwave popcorn is done. That's my favorite. My mom's been telling me that she wants me to find a nice gal in Omaha. And I keep telling her that at first I'd like to find an old guy that knows this stretch of the Missouri River. Because fishing's hard. I do fish a lot. I was always pissy in high school because I never got to do tractor day. And tractor day was when all the kids in school all the farm kids got to drive their tractors to school. And the newspaper came out and took pictures. And it was a big deal. But I was a town kid and I never got to do it. I was pissy. But I was in Casey's the other day. And the lady said, "Woof, you smell like cow shit." And then I just kind of randomly said, "And can you believe I didn't even get to do tractor day?" I left out a whole lot of that joke. Do I have a minute or is that about it, Brooke?
You have another minute and 15.
Okay. I'm not rough and tumble. Like I have a sensitive side. I quit going to strip clubs because I found out that you could buy vanilla scented essential oils online. I've been getting my holistic healing $1 at a time, and now I'm a young living dealer. That's cool. I'll just go out on that. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
One more time for Tyler Walsh. Oh, that was fun. I could tell Casey really enjoyed that. You were laughing pretty hard. I don't know if your mic was on or not, though. I don't know if I could hear you. That was fun. All right, and Arvin's on deck now. Our next comedian, she's awesome. She does wits and it says wits and wit, but I wanted it to say wits and tits. But that's good that it's wit and wit because that's probably much more professional and grown up. But there's a trivia comedy show. She does a really cool trivia comedy show. It sounds freaking fabulous. She's fabulous. Please put your hands together for Casey Hackett. Woo, woo.
Hi. I know you can tell by looking at me. I also went to a school with tractor day, so that's why I was really enjoying those jokes before. And I don't feel like I look like I went to a school with tractor day, but I sure did. I'm celebrating, guys. I've been doing comedy for 3 years now, so it's my comedy anniversary. And if for anyone, I just want to be an inspiration for you. If you put your mind to it, you too can procrastinate going to the gym for a really long time. My first joke notebook just said this week's workouts, and we just started there. But you wouldn't know it, but my tractor day, I grew up in Rhode Island. That's where we had our tractor day at school, a little bit of rural Rhode Island. Have you heard of it?
Rhode Island?
Yeah, I once met a girl from Missouri who said, "Why would I know I'm from Missouri? Why would I have heard of Rhode Island?" So you gotta check sometimes. And the important thing to know is it's not New York. It's its own state. It has some of its own stuff going on. There was a whole podcast about Providence, organized crime, corruption, the mafia. Again, it's not New York. It's its own state. And you can always tell a Rhode Islander by their very obnoxious accents. They're always talking like it's not New York, but it's its own state. But Rhode Islanders, we are a state of champions. I'm so sorry, I said that wrong. In Rhode Island, you always go to state championships. That is because we don't have enough schools to not go to state championships. Everyone gets to go. In fact, I don't know if there's any fellow band nerds here, but I was in all-state band. Yeah. You may know all-state band for every other state. That is an elite group of musicians who come together to form an orchestra of people who will never have prom dates. But in Rhode Island, you make all-state band if you know which way to blow the tuba. Honestly, you have to work hard to find people who know which way to blow the tuba. And if there's any Rhode Islanders listening to right now, I just want to say I'm really sorry that you just learned that everyone went to state semifinals and that you're not special. But I still love you. Don't you listen to Connecticut. You're still special. Great, just on your own. Thank you. That's my time. I'm Casey Hackett.
Casey Hackett teaching us some trivia about Rhode Island. Very, very fun. I've never been there. I heard it's neither a road nor an island. Is that true? Yes. All right. Okay, on deck now is Matthew Lopez, our next comedian from Pittsburgh. He's fantastic. Pretty much here every week, unless life, sometimes life, but pretty much I getting used to that face and the fun hair. Please put your hands together for the fabulous Arvin Clay.
Thank you for that warm welcome, everybody. So I wanted to give one more thing out to Alex Trebek. I mean, because that's just it's weird to not have him alive, and it's funny because just a couple of weeks ago, I got caught in a celebrity death hoax. Has anyone else ever been tricked by a celebrity death hoax? Has that happened to anyone? You know who it was? It's fucking Bob Barker. But I thought it was brilliant because if he had died, he would have gone out Price is Right style. Because at 96, he would have gotten close to 100, but not go over. So that would have been.
Oh my God.
It's awful.
It's awful, but you're all laughing. That's what I love. Okay, so listen. What else do I have to say? Oh God. Okay, so I've really been losing my mind with anti-maskers. I really have been losing my shit because of the cognitive dissonance that's there. And I used to do really fucked up passive aggressive shit when I'd walk by somebody without a mask. I would walk by and just and cough. Once I took my mask off, I popped in a blood capsule, did the cough, and had fake blood cough in my hand. They kind of freaked out about that. Well, the other day I was passing by this Aryan couple that kind of looked like they just goose stepped off of the set of Hitler Youth, the college years, and I was going to do the cough thing, but instead of coughing, I farted. Really and it was at that moment that I realized that I can weaponize my farts and nothing is going to be the same again for me. It just is not. Let's see. I'm really high, so I'm just babbling here. Well, that's the funniest thing I've said. It's just that bit of truth. I know it's awful. Let's see. I don't know if you keep up with the news, but there is some really, really serious controversy this week in the replica lightsaber community. And that sentence tells you alone why Gen X can't have nice things. Because we buy $200 lightsabers. I am going to start writing erotic horror fiction. And it's going to be all about the old gods coming back to Earth to impregnate people, but they end up with sexually transmitted diseases. And I'm going to be publishing them under the name HPV Lovecraft. Hey, everybody, Black Lives Matter. I love you all.
I hope you caught all that. Not the
Probably
STDs, but.
They're like Pokemon.
One more round of applause for Arvin.
Woo!
That STDs are like Pokemon. You want to catch them? You want to?
No.
Because there's not one hidden in my room. Is that a Pokemon joke? I don't play that game.
I don't know.
Damn
Maybe
it.
with your personality.
Chino is on deck. Our next comedian. He's hilarious. He's been in here. He comes from Kamala Harris's womb. Yeah, that's girl specific, but really, really cool. Please put your hands together for Matthew Lopez.
Hey guys. Everyone. I'm feeling really down about myself right now because I don't feel empowered about anything anymore. You see, gay marriage is legal, so that's a privilege I have.
Yeah.
And Trump is gone, so I feel safe being a Lopez again. And a Jew. And gay. And being a Democrat.
Yeah.
And worst of all, I can't even be a proud boy. And that's not even because I've questioned my gender. But seriously, gay white men have had it so hard. Especially now that Trump is out of office. We still have the gay part going for us, but now that Biden will be in office, we're like, oh good, another one. The biggest thing that we had to learn about out of all of this and overcome was the pronunciation of Kamala. You see, it's like before the DNC, they had a big meeting saying, okay, everyone, it's Kamala, not Kamala. Get it right. And then they found out that it was the opposite, so they had to change up their whole fucking shtick. And I'm pretty sure, I'm just going to end this on there because I don't have many jokes. I'm very tired. It is 10:17 and I have to work at 5 in the morning. I'm pretty sure I'm on the spectrum, but I'm so attractive that they just told me I had ADHD. That's all I got for you guys.
Woo, 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 woo. Matthew, that was fantastic. That was really funny.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad that you were here.
I'm glad to be here. I'm sorry I took a hiatus. It's been a crazy couple fucking months.
Yeah, for real. These people have been keeping me afloat. And then when they could tell I'm not, they reach out. It's been a really neat community that we've kind of grown together. So
Well,
you're welcome anytime you're able.
And anytime you need support, you have me there.
Aw, cool. Appreciate it. Okay. I needed that. Lydia, you're on deck. Our next comedian from Trenton, New Jersey. He wants me to say congrats to myself for the Omaha Comedian nomination is for Outstanding Comedian for the Omaha Arts and Entertainment Awards. I didn't tell people to nominate me, but people nominated me. So now there's like some secret ballot that 100 secret people get to vote. So it's like up to the gods and whatever. But I know that I've done a lot for all of us over the past 6 months, and that's been really, really cool. So thank you, Chino. Please put your hands together right now for Chino De Leon.
What's up, everybody? How's your Tuesday night going? Hopefully it's fine, and if not, hope it gets better. Yeah, man, congratulations. I was so happy for you. A lot of people don't understand that this was my actual first Zoom mic for like a month straight before I even went to any other mic. So you always have a special place in my heart, and I'm so happy for you. All right, can I restart my time? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, man, my name is Chino De Leon, if you don't know me. I'm from New Jersey. We just legalized weed. Give it up for weed. Yeah. Damn right. Illegal or illegal, pass that shit. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. It really didn't matter. Now I just smoke in front of cops and not get arrested. I guess that's a bonus. But to be honest, I was smoking in front of cops in general. That wasn't really bothering me. I stayed to myself. I I've recently smoked with a dwarf, so I guess you could say I got a little high. So don't worry, that's a short joke. Yeah, I like to consider myself a cannabis connoisseur, simply because I don't like the term pothead, because it reminds me of the term crackhead. And I don't know about you guys, but I would never suck dick for weed. And if you don't laugh at that joke, it's because you don't live around crackheads, because that's what the fuck they do. Sorry if the word dick sucking cock bothers you. It's just 2 words. Another thing is that I'm intrigued about marijuana is that it doesn't matter which state of mind you're in, it always makes it fucking better. Okay, yeah, I guess that would be cool if I did get that in return. I'll definitely smoke any girl out, you know. I never took an escort, but if that's all it takes, Jesus, I'm there 100%. I'm there with you, girl. I really don't have much for 3 minutes. I don't even know how much time I got. I got another minute. I'll say this, and I did write some unemployment jokes, but I know they're not going to work, so don't worry, I won't sell them. I wrote a great joke about monogamy, but I'm only going to tell my wife. If you don't like those one-liners, don't worry, I was high when I wrote those shit, so it matches all with the marijuana topic. My name is Chino De Leon. That's been my time. Y'all have a great night, everybody. Love y'all.
Chino, lucky, lucky, lucky New Jersey, lucky South Dakota. My mom, she said she heard that New Jersey had legalized cocaine. And I was like, no, it's psilocybin. She goes, no. Oh, so they're still deciding? Those are like, that's so cute, Mom. But no, it's psilocybin. She's like, okay, Ian, you are on deck. Our next comedian, she's from Washington, D.C. Very funny. Please put your hands together for Lydia.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Number 126 on this mic. Thank you very much. Started on Tuesday and now it's next Tuesday. It doesn't matter. You know what? I am from Washington, D.C., and that is special because we had this election and we don't get representation. So for us, this was a big election because that is who we voted for, okay? And on Saturday, let me tell you how I found out. So I lived with my mom and we took the car in to go get fixed up and to go get a tune up. And I came out, I took the car home and I was driving, and we live in DC, but the car place is in Maryland, like right over the border. And so I left, and then I'm in the car and I'm listening to the radio and stuff. And I hear something on the radio and I'm like, no bullshit. They keep saying that it's his election, that it's his election. And I'm like, okay, whatever, right? But then I start, especially after I get right into the border of DC, I start hearing all this little honking and there's like these people out with signs, Biden, Harris. I'm like, what is this? What is this? And I keep going, then I realize it's happening. It was this really weird, like slow motion, sort of like, welcome to the future kind of moment. It was really bizarre, you know? And then all of a sudden, like I'm 1 block further and like all these people are like banging on pots and pans and they got their signs out and they're woo and they're honking and stuff. And I'm like, this is like extremely insane. But this is the thing. For a month before that, I was freaked out about the whole thing. And I said, if they win, we can't get excited. Like there were people, they sent us emails from the building saying, lock your doors, close your windows, make sure you're not doing anything because you know what? Some people are not going to like the outcome, whatever it is. And you don't want to get, whatever. So I was really freaked out, but then I see all these people and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. And I get really excited and I start honking and it's all fun. And then all of a sudden I hear pow, pow, right? Somebody's balloon had popped, but I thought it was like a QAnon shootout, man. And then like, that's not what it was, because you know what? I know I was in the whitest neighborhood in Washington, D.C. and I'm like, oh shit, nothing's going to happen here. Anyway, so we enjoyed another 20 minutes of good time and then ended up in the downtown area. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm very proud of myself because guess what? I broke the car horn. I broke the car horn that day, man. You know what? I spent so much time honking at people and just like the communication and this and that, which is, it's really cool, and it's really ironic too, because I'm not surprised that I broke my car horn, you know, because I'm a kind of an aggressive person, but I have a lot of depression and anxiety, and it manifests as anger. I'm just amazed that I broke my car horn because of joy. Like, that was really weird. Did not see that coming. And the cool thing is, that was a Saturday, right? That was my birthday. Yeah, man, it was my birthday. So like, that was a really cool thing. You know what I mean? I got a brand new president for my birthday, man. You know, brand new, whatever, right? Here's the thing, man. I mean, I'm happy about it. Of course, I'm happy about it. But honestly, and I know this is gonna make me sound like a bad citizen and a bad ally, but honestly, I would have rather had sex. Like, honestly, like I would have traded it for sex on that day, frankly.
Birthday sex, yeah.
I know it's not my year. 2020, that's not gonna happen. But you know,
that's everybody.
2024, man. You know what? That's my year. I'm starting my sex campaign now. God damn it! If I get my midterms, I'm good. Good night, everybody. Sorry.
Follow her on OnlyFans.
Lydia from DC. So relatable, super fun. That was really fun. Okay, Betsy, there's a few people that they said aren't here, so we're gonna be looking out for Betsy and Tim and Haley and Alex, right? Right now, from the Hibachi Grill and Supreme Buffet, please put your hands together for Ian Ryland Smith.
Thank you very much. Got a quick joke for you guys. What do you call it when a pirate becomes president?
What?
Joseph R. Biden.
Hey.
I hear a lot of clicking. What's going on there?
Who's clicking?
Someone have one of those dog trainer things? Feed me some dopamine. I love that dopamine. I kind of treat comedy the way incels treat women. If you don't like me, it's because you're a fat, ugly bitch, and you're lucky I'm even talking to you. So they fascinate me. I kind of like looking at incel posts because it makes me feel like I'm less of a beta male. I mean, because look at me. I'm very obviously a beta male. But then I read incel posts and I'm like, at least I'm not that. I wanna start a class to cure incels of inceldom. I'll call it "Nice Tits Bitch is Not a Compliment 101." It's not. Just an FYI. For those of you that didn't know, let's see. More straws to grasp at. Here we go. I already said that one. Pickup lines about the nose. Could you imagine if there were pickup lines about the nose? You're like, hey, you got a nice schnoz on you there, baby. No, that's disgusting. I mean, pretty much anything that is ended by the word baby is probably not a great thing to say. Never mind. Where the hell are my other jokes? I had other jokes. I'll think of something else for my speed round. I'll leave you with give Stacey Abrams all your money, please. Please give her all your money. She's gonna give us the Senate, and we're gonna get a whole bunch of free shit from her if you give her if you give her your money. I gave her some of my money.
Yeah.
Right. I'll make sure you do it. Thank you very much, and also give her your money.
That was Ian Ryland Smith. Now let's do sentences that are awesome that end in the word baby. Gosh, I'd sure like to have your baby.
That's not a great sentence.
Baby. Oh, Here is a check for $1 trillion, baby. I don't know. Something like that. On deck, I think, is Alicia, maybe, unless other people show up. Right now, from Lincoln, Nebraska, please put your hands together for Betsy Miller.
Woo! Hi guys. So I'm a mom, and I'm sorry. That's it. I'm a mom, and I'm sorry. I had a hard time during COVID being quarantined with my family because I just started calling everybody by their pet names. Babe, Princess, Mr. Big Dick. My 7-year-old was being a huge dick. But I don't think I could have gotten through quarantine without my friends. We bought all 10 seasons. I had a really weird dream last night that I got pregnant and we didn't want to have a baby, so I just gave it to my sister without telling my husband. And I woke up and I told my husband the dream, and he said, "Just so you know, Betsy, if you did that, I would divorce you." And I was like, "I would never give away our kid." And he said, "No, if you got pregnant again, I will divorce you." I totally get it. I had really bad postpartum depression before, which is not like a real depression. It's just where you take 10 months to realize you've made a terrible mistake. It makes it sound, I know it sounds like I don't like being a mom, but I mean, that's just accurate. I had an IUD put in. I don't really understand how it works. It's like this little copper letter T. I guess it scares the sperm. I don't know. I guess if I were a sperm, I'd be swimming along and be like, "Oh my gosh, you guys, I've seen this show Hoarders. If she's keeping stuff up here, let's not breed with this person." But I told my husband I was getting an IUD, and he was so confused. He said, "You want to put a bomb in your uterus?" I was like, "Yeah, babe, that's how bad. I don't want more kids." Plus, I think our sex life would stand to be a little more explosive. You know, like, who's going off first tonight? You, me, or the bomb? Friends and I were talking recently about what we like in bed. I really like cake. Although it does tend to get in your pubes. I was at, I had a problem with my daughter when she was a little baby. She she would refuse to put her clothes on. I just couldn't wrestle her into them. And so one time I just grabbed her. I was sick of it, stark naked. We went to Von Maur. They said, "You can't have a naked baby in here." And I was like, "Look, you put clothes on her and I will buy them." And that's how I spent $400 at Von Maur on a Ralph Lauren onesie. Thanks, guys.
Right, that's a lot for a onesie. But I love Von Maur. They have really cute stuff. Okay, on deck is Alicia. Alicia Rain's on deck. Our next comedian, he's from Camarillo. He might even tell you that it just so happens to rhyme with his last name. Please put your hands together for Alex Portillo.
Damn it, Brooke. Quit stealing my thunder. I'm still going to do it. Hey, everybody. I'm Alex Portillo, and I'm from Camarillo. It rhymes. Isn't that neat? I think it's neat. I didn't realize that when I decided, hey, I'm going to pick up my entire life from Omaha, Nebraska and move all the way to Camarillo, California. It took me like a month or two when I was in town and I was at an open mic, a real one in real life at the Harbor, Ventura Harbor Club. I realized it there and I've been using it since, okay? Change is in the air though. I feel it, We went from 91 degrees on Thursday. And it rained on Saturday and it hasn't budged much above 60 since then outside. So winter's coming is what I'm saying. Yeah, I know. I've become such a wimp since I moved out here. This morning my apartment was 69 degrees I'm not making it up. It was actually 69 degrees, and I looked at my thermostat. I was like, 69. Oh, and I was like putting on all these blankets and stuff. And I worked from home, so I was like huddled up with this hoodie and a blanket, and just like huddling over my laptop for work. Yeah, I've become such a wimp. But also, speaking of change in the air, we got a new president. I think probably.
Right.
We probably have a new president. Probably, most likely. So that's good because let me tell you, I took a couple weeks off from comedy because like my anxiety was getting to me, with this virus and the election and everything. I was so nervous one day. I was like, just like huddling in front of my laptop, just about to like go out of my mind. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a walk. It's nice day out. I'm just gonna go take a walk around the apartment complex just to get some fresh air. I'm like one building away, and there's a little dog going, yep, yep, yep. And I was like, oh, I was like nervous. I was like flipping off the dog. And and if that wasn't bad enough, luckily the owner didn't see me, but there's like a maintenance guy driving around his golf cart. He's like, what happened? Was there a bird or something? I was like, sorry. And just like huddled back. It was embarrassing. But I flipped off a dog for barking at me, so I don't think I'm vegan anymore. even though I did not vote for Don Bacon in the election, because I won't, because I'm vegan. But I'm better. I'm doing better. I uninstalled Facebook off my phone and just been trying to like limit my time on Facebook. And I'm trying to get out and get more exercise. In fact, this past weekend, I climbed a mountain. Woo! I did. So if I can do it, you can do it too, probably. But if you have doubts, just ask your doctor.
All right. One more time for Alex Portillo.
Woo!
Woo! Woo! Woo! Pretty soon we're gonna have a lightning round so that any of the comedians that are still here, they're gonna get one more minute. They'll be randomly picked. It's a lot of fun coming up pretty soon. Our next, on deck is the other Tyler, the one that we saw for a little minute earlier, and he's like, I can't, and we're like, no, we gotta go in the order. But right now from South Dakota, she's the host of an A to Z playlist, or AZPL for short. Please put your hands together for Alicia Rain.
Woo!
Woo! Hey guys, Chino, are you still in the room?
Yeah.
Yep, I feel ya. They legalized it here. Awesome. Partly it is cool because I live in a very small town, and my uncle was a cop in this small town for 30 years, and everyone knows him, and everyone knows that I'm related to him, and so I couldn't ask anybody anything. And so I would go to like another town. I would go to Sioux Falls, and I'd be like, hey guys, what's up? And they'd all like treat me like a narc. And I'm like, guys, I'm being sincere. And they're like, whatever, narc. Like, guys. So I'm glad. But anyway, some people say that their minds are like a steel trap. Mine is like a colander because information goes in and then just strains back out. Yeah, some people say that the eyes are the windows of the soul. And I say that the corners of my eyes are the recycling bins for my mascara. Been going green this entire time. Yeah, I used to live in Santa Monica in California, very ritzy city. And like when you aren't rich, but you live in like a rich city, it's a little awkward. Like one time I overheard these folks talking, and they were like, Italy, I remember Italy, the Colosseum. I don't even know if that's in Italy or not. I don't know if that, just like, I don't know, some other Italian stuff they were talking about. And I thought to myself, I too remember Italy. It was that time that I put spaghetti sauce on a ramen just to mix it up. And then I said out loud, next customer in line. So, yep, living in a rich city. Super neat. Yeah, I've got my little list here. Time, thank God.
One more time for Alicia, everybody. Woo, check out her playlist podcast. Host of the playlist. It's a podcast, right? Yeah, okay, good. All right. On deck is Erica, my co-host of the Anarchy Open Mic on Fridays. But before her, he's from Norfolk, Nebraska, which is like kind of close to Omaha. It's in the same state, okay? He's done a few Zoom mics and he loves it. He thinks that comedy is the shit. And he is right. Making people laugh is awesome. We need as many joy makers and goofy people out there. There's a crowd for every kind of humor, including this one. I didn't mean to make it sound like that. You're really fun. Please put your hands together for Tyler number 2.
Thank you, Brooke. So I consider myself a romantic. Romantics, are there any other romantics out there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a pretty hardcore romantic. I go full bore. Flowers, chocolate, love letters, candlelit dinner, shopping sprees. Ladies, just for the record, if I didn't have a ring on this finger, I would romance the shit out of all of you. Okay? I'd romance you so hard that by the time you were done, you'd be praying that I had an average size penis so you didn't have an excuse not to call me again. Or decide to date me, then leave me, or cheat on me, whichever you prefer. I do a lot of romantic things for my wife. She works really hard, so I feel like it's my job as her husband to spoil her every now and again. But if I do it out of ulterior motives every once in a while, fuck you guys. It's hard to fuck with kids. A few weeks ago, I kind of went all out. I got a bottle of wine. I had the Boys to Men playing on the Bluetooth speaker in the background. I had battery-operated LED candles accented in red. Because I don't know about you, but the last thing I want to think about when I'm trying to fuck is if I'm going to start on fire. I mean, I want to get her hot, just not barbecued and filleted hot. So anyway, I'm lying in bed doing my best impression of Burt Reynolds lying next to a fire in my silk underwear, just waiting to sexually please my beautiful wife. And the door opens, and in walks my mother-in-law. Yeah. I thought about it, tried to explain the situation, but in reality, I think hindsight being what it is, deciding to sexually advance my wife at her in-laws' house probably wasn't the best idea I've ever had. And that's all I had for this bit, guys. I'll give the rest of my time back to the group. Thank you guys so much. Love what I'm doing. Love the sets. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Woo! Tyler, everybody. It's Weasler. Yeah, we're getting to know him. I think he's just going to be here every week now until the end of time, which is awesome. Because I think winter's coming. We all need each other. This is awesome. Nick Lindemann, you are on deck. Our next comedian, she's in Honolulu, Hawaii. We co-host an open mic on Friday nights. We had a time change. They did not. So it's an hour earlier for everybody. So it's 10:30 my time, 9:30 Mountain Standard, it would be 10:30. I'm not gonna do all of that right now. I tried and it didn't work. But she's next. Please put your hands together for Erica Schwarzkopf.
Aloha. Yes, we don't have daylight savings here. It's too expensive, that's why. Math there. I did get an iPhone lately and I asked Siri, do you have Aloha? And she said, would you like me to search the web for do you want a blowjob? True story. I stopped where I did and sat down and wrote that. Yes, I did. Okay, winter is is definitely not coming here. It's not. We freak out when it gets down to 70. It's not 70 yet. It's still in the 80s. We're just warm over here, but we'll get there. I've been dating. I got a mood ring. I wanted to know what the color for desperate was. Oh, it's dim. Right. Anybody order stuff from Wish? I got this ring light without a stand. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it, so I put it in this little jar, whatever. Is this? Am I supposed? Yeah. I know, like this. Can we get two of them? Can we glue two of them to a coconut bra, bro? I'm saying all kind of craft ideas here. Craft ideas. I don't know. I'm gonna work on that. Work on that for Friday. I'm old. I'm 53. I want simple things for myself, like a temperature gun that'll tell me when I don't have an 100-degree temperature anymore. Why can't I have nice things? It's been 2 years. 2 years. And any of you out there good cooks? Yeah. Oh, it's some in the crowd. Of course I cook. I don't have a kitchen, but my toast is perfect every time. The coffee maker. I was thinking I needed a boyfriend, and then I got a new comforter and a vibrator, and fuck that. No, I don't. I did a bit about 2 minutes, men, and I really apologize to the men because sometimes that's all they can do. That's all they can do. Also, the thing is, I recently met 2-second men. He came before I opened the door, okay? All right, Erica Schwarzkopf from Hawaii. Aloha. Woo! Up the landing.
Woo!
Yes.
You're on mute.
You're mute. Your button.
Muted.
Your button.
Ugh, it only happened once. It only
Yeah.
happened once. It's happened before, but only once today.
What did you say?
Something really nice about you know, something about how much fun we have together, how funny your set was, how I can't wait to have more good vibes on Fridays, 5-minute sets on Fridays, and bonus rounds. So totally worth it. Just show up and we'll put your name on the list. It's a fun time. Boy, we're almost there. We've got Annalise on deck, Rhonda Lee Jones in the hole. And our next comedian from Chicago, he has an open mic called Logan Expats All Arts Mic. So it's not just comedy. You could have a DJ, you could have a poet, whatever, you know. You could decide just to do dances and headstands or handstands, whatever floats your boat. Please put your hands together for the very funny Nick Lindemann.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm going to tell you a story tonight, and it's a story about my failed marriage. If you've been paying attention for any length of time at all, you know I used to be married, and I'm much happier not being married anymore. If I'm being honest, Karma tried really hard to tell me I was making a terrible mistake, but I just wasn't going to listen. And probably the worst sign I just thumbed my nose at was what I like to call the Bubba Hotep incident. Now, Bubba Hotep is a small indie film that came out in the early aughts that starred Bruce Campbell as Still Alive Elvis and O.C. Davis as Still Alive and Black Now JFK. And then Elderly Elvis and JFK fight a mummy. And I had to bring an idea to take a first date to that movie. Now, it was a purposeful gambit. I wanted to see what you would do. I expected I would have to watch a lot of Kate Hudson rom-coms as penance, but I figured you'd be a good sport about it. What I did not expect was for her to act like it was the best movie she had ever seen. Oh my God, this was so funny. This was so original. I would have never seen a movie like this without you, Nick. Thank you so much for taking me. Keyword, acted. Put a pin in that. So far too few short months later, it's the week before the wedding. It's the Tuesday before the wedding, and we're in the local gallery mall. I went to the Suncoast Video because that was a thing at the time. What do you know? Bubba Hotep has just been released on DVD that morning. It was recent enough that there was at least DVDs. So if you're keeping score at home, the movie we saw on our first date had just been released for video purchase the Tuesday before the wedding. That's what you call not fucking long enough. Not even close. But I was buying this DVD thinking I'm being all romantic. I find her in the food court. I come back like William the Conqueror, like, oh my God, look what I found. Look, isn't this great? And she looks at me and she says, ooh, man. Didn't expect to have this conversation so soon. Yeah, it was our first date. I thought you were cute. I wanted you to like me. That movie's terrible. I'm never watching that movie again. Now that's a hilarious anecdote to tell on your 50th anniversary with your kids and grandkids around. But we're still 4 days from the wedding, and so it was a hard pill to swallow. And I honestly almost packed up the car, drove back home, and called the whole thing off. But it was a destination wedding in her hometown that my folks were still in town for. And I knew that I was way out of town, I would have to stop and have a conversation with my mom where I looked her in the eye and said, hey, Ma, wedding's off. Turns out she did not like the Mummy movie. Sorry you wasted the airline miles. And in retrospect, that's exactly what I should have goddamn done. So, hey, when the universe tries to tell you something, sometimes you got to have a tough conversation and just bite the bullet and take your shit and go home. I'm Nick Lindemann. That's been my time. Thank you very much.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, good. We are going to have a lightning round pretty soon. When the lightning round happens, everyone will get 1 more minute. So have something ready. You don't know when you'll get to go. You could go right now, but no, because we have 2 more comedians. But you know what I mean. Rhonda Lee Jones is our headliner. She is on deck. Our next comedian, she's been coming here every week. She's been doing Right 10 clubs. She's been working hard. I think that she's pretty awesome. Please put your hands together for Annalise Wright.
Thank you so much, Brooke. I really appreciate it. Woo. So I'm going to talk about what I'm thankful for since Thanksgiving's coming up. To all the bitches who were terrible to me in high school, I say thank you for rejecting me. Things worked out. It did hurt pretty bad when Stephanie started a rumor that I don't have a vagina. I couldn't get a date for 3 years. But you know what hurt worse? Stephanie's vagina when she gave birth on a toilet. Karma's a bitch. These hoes spent hours getting ready so they would be dressed to kill. Meanwhile, in high school, I trained in martial arts so I could actually kill. Guess who can cut a bitch now? Ooh. These hoes had awkward sex in the back of cars that were older than they were. The only coming going on was these girls' stepfathers coming to watch. The only thing that got poked properly was Stephanie's eye when a rusty spring came out of the seat and impaled her eyeball. Oh. Meanwhile, I put my butt in a bubble bath and I read erotic fiction novels. I learned how to imagine that I was fucking a hot dude. It came in handy when I was having sex with my boyfriend, because he's not that hot, unfortunately. But The only problem is I end up screaming out fictional names during sex. So I'm like, oh, Christian. Oh, so my boyfriend either thinks I'm thanking Christ for the orgasm or I'm cheating. Anyway, now in one of those hoes I was talking about friends me on Facebook. I accept, but I do write them a message really publicly that says, looks like you were doing well for someone with no vagina. So I will leave you with this. What do you call somebody who's really into Stephen Hawking right now?
What?
A necrophiliac. That's all for me. Thank you. You guys have been great.
Oh my. What a bunch of goofy McGoofers. Wow. It's so different. No one's the same. It's beautiful. One more comedian before we do our lightning round. Woo, unless someone shows up that somehow didn't go earlier. But please, right now, put your hands together from Augusta, Georgia. I'm just supposed to say that the world needs us comedians. We help people cope by helping them laugh. Very good point. So we need all of y'all. Please put your hands together for Rhonda Lee Jones.
Hey everybody, I need to tell you guys about how I almost peed on an alligator because I had to pee really bad, and I have to say this really fast because I only have 3 minutes, but I had to pee really bad, right? And I was in a swamp. And it wasn't a nature park, it was a swamp. They told me it was a nature park, but it didn't have any cute animals or a bathroom. So, no. So I get out there and, being a lady, I have to go and I have to find a good place. The real estate that you pee in and the outdoors is very important. You have to find a hill so it doesn't puddle up and you don't get pee foot. There's nothing worse. Yeah, I know, right? Sloshing around in wet shoes is bad enough, but when you know what made them wet, that's even worse. So I'm out there and I'm all like stuck, because you're stuck for a few minutes. I'm out there concentrating on puppies just as hard as I can. And I hear... And I'm thinking, oh my God, it's a wild boar or one of those things from Hakuna Matata, and it knows about bacon. I was like, oh my God, it's gonna come. And I didn't see what it was. I didn't see what it was, but I did not get eaten by a breakfast animal that day, which is great. So I come out there and I go talk to my great uncle Merle, who was out there waiting for me. And I was like, I told him about and he looks at me with his good eye. And his other eye just staring up poetically at the sky. And he says, you probably done got too close to an alligator's nest. You lucky you weren't brunch. And I'm thinking, how in the heck does Merle know about brunch? So I'm like, oh my God, but before I have time to properly freak out, he starts freaking out, acting like he's got to pee. And I'm like, oh my God, it's going around. And he's like, look, niece, because he can't remember my name. Niece, look, out of the water. All the eyes. And I look out there and I don't see anything because the swamp is like a magic eye game, all you see is like a bunch of colors, and then bam, alligators everywhere. You see them, and it's like the whole family on the front porch. It's like Uncle Bubba and Uncle Cletus and Grandma, just little gator sweaters, and I'm like, oh my God. And I don't know who tried to make it to the car faster, me or him, but I had to pee. That's the sad thing is I had to pee again. But by the time I got to the car, I didn't have to pee anymore. And I'm gonna give the rest of my time back because that is the end of the story. Fastest I ever told.
That was the end. She peed on the alligator. That's insane, and she lived to tell about it. Wow. All right, lightning round. I'm gonna randomly spotlight anyone, and then you have a minute. You don't have to take the whole minute. Do what you feel is right. It could be you right now, or you. Yeah, I think it's gonna be you. Okay.
All right. So my son is a very challenging child. He's constantly running away from us, which should be fine, except people keep bringing him back. I've actually started looking into military school, but it turns out I'm too old to go. We thought maybe he might have autism, and he doesn't, because which is great, because half my material would be gone. We also thought maybe he was gifted, but it turns out he's just a naughty white child. His teacher said, your son is just really strong-willed is the thing. And it's a problem now, but it'll be good later because he won't give in to peer pressure. But my question is, like, what if his peers are the good kids? Like, what if his peers are like, hey, let's study at the library? And my son's, no, let's shave out Chihuahua and snort cocaine off its back. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's me. Well, now that we have Joe Biden in office, they're gonna be public officials who take climate change seriously, which means I gotta take better care of myself. Because I do a lot of bad shit to my body, and it looks like I'm gonna live long enough to face the consequences. So I better shape up. Whew. Yeah. But anyway, I have felt this strange feeling I hadn't felt in a while, like good things were about to happen. Like I think they call this hope. I haven't felt that in a good long time. But I'm not super hopeful yet because I feel like I haven't given enough of my money to Stacey Abrams. Like, seriously, guys, give her your money. I'm not even joking there. Give her your money.
Oh my God. Baby shark do 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 do. Baby shark do 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 do. Baby shark do 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 do. Baby shark do 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 do. Mama shark do 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 do. Mama shark do 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 do. Mama shark do 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 do. Mama shark. Daddy shark do 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 do. Daddy shark do 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 do. Daddy shark do 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 do. Daddy shark do 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 do. You're welcome. I'm gonna give the rest of my time back.
It's so fair. This sucks. Thanks, Rhonda. You're gonna put me after her. I've gotten sick during this COVID period. Sick of myself. Fucking sick of myself. I want to take a goddamn fucking sick day from myself and I don't know where to go. I don't know how to do it. I've called in. The motherfuckers don't answer. There's no one to take my shift. Nobody else is qualified for this position. So I have to work. I have to be me. Lydia looks really confused. There's no meaning or depth behind any of this. Cheers.
Woo! Oh, wow. Okay. You know what? I've been trying to amuse myself different ways. One thing I've been doing for the last couple of weeks is I'm taking an improv workshop online, which is, let me explain. I knew the guy that was giving it before. I took some improv stuff from him like a few years ago, and he was doing something cheap because he's trying to pilot this thing with like Zoom improv and how does it work. So he gave it to us real cheap. And I was like, all right, I'll do it, right? So I'm doing it the other day. And then like, I take a little break and I go out and I realize my front door is open, it's not locked at all. And I freak out because I'm like, oh my God, I've been in there for like, I get what I call fantasies, which are frantic fantasies. And like, it's just like, paranoia. And I'm like, man, I'm sorry, somebody could have come in here and murdered me. Like I could get murdered while I'm doing improv, which would be fucking ridiculous. Like it not murdered, but like the embarrassment of like being murdered while you're doing improv. Which, like you'd be taking your entire like ancestry down with you for like eons. Anyway.
So my son does competitive travel baseball, and we just recently did some Coke product sales. Because they somehow got to justify to you that your child needs to have $700 to play a kids game. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But Coke came out with a promotion again to share a Coke with somebody, share a Coke with John, or share a Coke with a friend. Does anybody ever share their fucking Coke? Anybody? And God forbid you have like a screwed up name like Hezekiah or Jehovah, you know, then you're screwed. So I was going through there and I found one that said nurse, and I gave it to my wife, and she realized, you know, I'm a medical research coordinator, right? I was like, they couldn't fit it on the fucking bottle, just drink it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was doing a little light reading. This is like the best book in comedy I've ever picked up in my life. Actually, I didn't even buy this one. This was sent to me. It's great. Anyhow, that has nothing to do. I'm fucking high. Okay. You know what they say though about guys like me? Once you go Arvin, you're always thirsty and starving. Because I want to split the bill. I shouldn't have to pay all the time. Speaking of, I got a friend of mine's mom a little bit maybe marijuana, and she tried to say pepperoni stick, but she said pepperoni pocket, and it was decided that night that a pepperoni pocket is a person that sleeps exclusively with Italian men. So welcome to that.
Now, I'm still stuck on the fact that Trump is the first single-term president since George H.W. Bush. That's what happens when a man declares prematurely. But on serious note, I do want to take a moment to pay respects to I've had friends like back in 2016, we were joking about Trump finally getting out of office, and some of those friends aren't here today. I lost a lot of friends within the last year. And I just wanted to take this time to be quiet and pay respects, moment of silence for them. I honestly wanted to see if I can get away with a fart. You're welcome. Have a good night, everyone. For real, I miss my friends. So, bye.
Oh. Okay, so I can tell you how to determine if your grandparents think they're gonna live forever. You go to the bathroom, you count their bottles of body wash. If it's 1, 2, 27, grandma thinks she's gonna outlive you. When my grandma was 90, she had 27 bottles of vanilla body wash. Why 27? I don't know. Vanilla though, because I'm like, my tongue's like killing me. Anyway, 27 vanilla because the spiciest thing she ever ate was KFC. I believe the theory is that it's like the rose in Beauty and the Beast. You know, if you don't run out, you just don't die. You'll live forever. All right, that's all I got, and I'm freaking tired.
Hey, aloha. Anybody here work from home? People that work from home make noise. All right. Anybody here masturbate before work in the morning in the home office? Anybody? No, I'm alone there. Because I used to have a 2-hour round trip bus ride, and now I have a journey of a different kind. My voice in the morning is much chipper though. It's a lot more chipper than that. Last year I was applying for jobs, and I applied for the job of a preschool, and they said, you don't have any experience. And I said, excuse me? Yes, I do. I have run numerous comedy open mics. And it's the same job, just different ages. Thank you very much, Eric Schwarzkopf.
I've got a plan for the environment. I'm not the world's biggest environmentalist, but I think this one will work. I think that we should start shooting our trash into outer space. Now follow along with me. That's less trash in the oceans and in landfills. That's a good thing. There's fewer missiles laying around. that can't be bad either. Maybe, the best part, maybe someday, millions of light years away, after our sun's already exploded, we're all distant memory, maybe we get an alien to slip on a banana peel. I think that'd be pretty cool. The rate we're going, you know, Punk and ET from Beyond the Grave and Across the Stars would really be the high water mark for humanity. I think that's within our reach. Space Trash 2024. That's been my time. Thank you very much.
Woo! Somebody said I look like Kurt Cobain in the comments, so here's some grunge based off of the chat. Just buy me pizza and tell me I'm pretty. Here we go. I gotta go, gang. Thanked. Is Burt Reynolds sexy? It's 9:45 here. 69 is the perfect time. He died well before he died. But he has kind of a big deal in the 70s. Only thing I could think of, LOL. I wanted to experience 75-degree weather on my birthday. Thanks for the mic. Because somebody said I look like Kurt Cobain. That's a really long minute.
Yeah, it is a really long minute. I wrote down a joke. Okay, a lot of you have heard this anyways, but I don't care. I went to the Picklemans. I went to Picklemans the other day. It's a sandwich shop. They have this big pickle for their logo. And I went in and I said, I want a whole dill pickle. Just a whole pickle. That's all I want. They said, sure. Purchased the pickle. Turned away. They cut my pickle. Yeah. They cut my pickle without my permission. They didn't even ask. I had specifically said whole. I don't care what Western society this is. They don't know what I had planned for that pickle. We were going to go to the park. I had these little sunglasses. We were going to take pictures, me and my pickle. Me and my pickle. Might not seem like a big deal to you, but it's a pretty big deal to me. Pretty big deal. That's it. That's our open mic. That's our lightning round. That's all of the funnies. That was a really good show. Thank you so much.
Yay!
We're here every week. I post signups on Saturdays. If you have an idea for a musical, short but very high energy musical number that is very reliable and stuff, please hit me up.